Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platforms.
Y'all know what segment we about to get into. Ooh-wee. I love this segment right here. We got to get into the SAF segment. All right. In this movie right here, Spiderhead on Netflix. Now, all right. Maybe the girl I'm hanging out with rubbing off on me because she has a dirty mind, which I like. But yeah, like I had a dirty mind when I was looking at this code. I scrolled past it, I'm like, Superhead? Why the fuck they have something about Superhead on Netflix? If y'all know what Superhead is, you just know. I was like, Superhead, what the hell? Now that we're like Spiderhead, I'm like, all right, this might be a horror or something. Nah, this is like a psychological thriller. All right, and you know what I mean. I gave it a chance. I was like, all right. So let me give you the stats before I hop into the damn movie itself. IMDb gave it a 5.5, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 45%. And I'm gonna lump you on with the people. The people gave it a 58%. Hey, fuck all you motherfuckers. Because I thought this movie was splendid. I thought this movie was really good. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I need new glasses. Nah, fuck all that. Y'all get the fuck y'all. Yeah, this movie was good, man. Damn. This came out June 11th, 2022. Alright, so this was directed by Joseph Kosinski or Kosinkai. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Damn. Shit hard. Hey man, good directing though. Like I said, I thought this movie was really good. This movie was a what the f*** movie. Every scene I was changing, every time it changed, I was like, what the f***? What the f***? It's gonna be a lot of bleeping in this section because I'm like saying the F-bomb a lot. I'm trying to work on it. I'm like, oh, that's what the, and you'll see why. All right. The cast, they had a pretty cool cast, you feel me? It had Miles Taylor, he was Jeff. Had Chris Hemsworth. Y'all know who the hell Chris Hemsworth is, man? Thor. That's all you need to know. He was Steve. He was a scientist. Jeff was one of the convicts. And then they had Janae Smollett. She was Lizzie. And you want to know what? I'm stupid as hell. Cause when I saw, first of all, I thought I saw Jussie Smollett on the titles, and I'm like, what the f***? They got a Smollett over here? And then when I saw it was her, I was like, are they brother and sister? And it turns out they are brother and sister. I'm so freaking stupid. They've been related the whole damn time.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. I'm an idiot. Oh my God, bruh. Jeez. Oh! Oh my God, bro. But yeah, man, they had Tess Herbich. She was Heather. You know what I mean? They had Bebe Bentecourt. She was Emma. You know what I mean? They had many more, bro. They had a good cast. This is a good cast. You feel me? And basically, I'm gonna give you the quick gist of the story and then give you what I thought. Basically, Lizzie and Jeff, they're two convicts. That everybody that was in the establishment, except for Steve and his partner in crime, this Asian dude. What was his name? Let me get his name. Verlaline. Ver. We can call him Ver. Ver, his partner in crime, they're the only two people, right? And they were all convicts. You'll see why I did the air quotes. They were convicts, and yeah, essentially they were lab rats. All right, that's one moment. That was a what the moment. I was like, this nigga Jeff. No, not Jeff. This nigga Steve is a Dexter Laboratory ass nigga. What? Bro, lab ratting these motherfuckers, bro. They were lab rats, and he was basically using them for mind-altering drugs. He was just experimenting them with drugs. He was using his drugs as experiment on these people. Human lab rats. What the? Psychological thriller. To some, this is a horror film. Alright? So, essentially, right, they were inmates, and then you didn't know why Jeff was an inmate down the line, but you figured it out. Essentially, he got drunk, and the whole drinking and driving, he had his little muscle car, and basically the woman that he loved and her brother, they were in the car, he was driving, he was hella drunk, and he smashed into a tree, killed both of them. So he had 2 counts of manslaughter, and he went to jail for that. And essentially, this was a program like to reduce your sentence. Essentially, one of them programs, reduce your sentence, and that's why people was in there. And then Lizzie, you find out that she killed her own baby, so she was a baby killer. You know what I mean? So that's why she was in jail. And then you had other characters. You feel me? Like I said, you had Heather and Emma, and Jeff was like the main dude. Jeff and Steve. Steve, he is at the end of the day, that motherfucker was a criminal too, alright? But he was the scientist, and he was basically using his drugs and experimenting on these people as lab rats and doing testing and all that shit and testing them and stuff like that. And so one of the main drugs that like Jeff had before, and he was like, man, I don't want nobody to have this shit. Darkenflox. And I see what you tried to do there. I didn't like it. Why Darkenflox gotta be black? What? I couldn't stand it. I was like, oh, y'all, Darkenflox gonna be black, huh? Couldn't be the red one, huh? Couldn't be the blue drug. Had to be the black drug. Black imagery. I'm telling you, we gotta protect it. I was like, damn. But yeah, I guess that drug like gives you intense pain and shit like that. But they had like other drugs called N40. That was like the pleasure drug. And then they started out with this black dude, and they was panning in on him, and like he was laughing at shit that like at first I had to rewind it because I was like, wait a minute, is this shit supposed to be funny? Because this wasn't really funny to me. But he took this green drug, I forget the name of it, but it made him laugh hysterically. So he was just laughing at shit that wasn't funny. He was like, yeah, you know, I just went to the store and bought me some cookies. And he was like, then it started getting to some dark shit. It was like, yo, like genocide happened, and bro was still laughing. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what this drug does. So Steve was experimenting on these motherfuckers, human goddamn lab rats. Damn, spooky stuff. And then what happened was, down the line, these drugs, when they took them, they actually lost their memory down the line. And you was trying to figure out, like, why were they losing their memory? Like, it was like a memory lapse and shit like that. But you find out down the line, it's this red drug called B6. And B6, like, it kind of wipes out the memory because that's the drug that Steve was actually using. He was trying to experiment with that by using all the other drugs to see if they could still control somebody's mind after all this. And what happens is this shit just wipes him out. And the up thing was like, Steve was using, like, remembering these drugs through bingo. Yes, I said it. Bingo. And that's how I remember B6, I-17, G37. That's how he's naming these drugs. Through bingo. Come on, Steve. God damn. This motherfucker right here. Yeah. But Jeff was starting to, like, remember, you know, he was starting to remember little things here and there. And what happened was that, like, they made it seem like Steve was the N40, which was the love drug, he was trying to, like, figure out, but that was just a decoy. And it shows that it also had the underlying tone that, yo, you can't just make people fall in love. can't play God. You can't make people fall in love. They fall in love with who they gonna fall in love with. And Jeff fell in love with Lizzie.
Message.
Even though like Steve was having them do the N40 drug, and he brought in like Emma, and like they took the drug, and like they had a battery pack in a thing. It was like drug pack thing. You feel me? Like remember the patch for cigarettes? Well, that's how it was in their back, and they were turning in little like androids and stuff like that. So they did the N40, and then he ended up smashing Emma. Then they did it again with Heather, which was an older chick. She looked like she was in a biker gang. You know what I mean? And then she was old, but she was ready to jump on Jeff Bone. She was like, I acknowledge. And that was the main thing they kept saying. I acknowledge. I acknowledge. They didn't know what the hell they were acknowledging. It's like how we is when we get the goddamn updates on our phones, and we just like, yes, update it. We want our shit to work. We acknowledge. Come on. So, yeah, bro, like, he smashed her too, you know what I mean? And then they kept saying, like, okay, we're going to have you interact with him. And basically, Jeff was like, I kind of remember having a good time with him, but I don't remember them. I'm not, like, in love with them and stuff. And then this was another what the hell moment. They had this big, buff-ass dude. He looked like he was in the Aryan Brotherhood gang, you feel me? Had all these tattoos and stuff like that. And like I keep mentioning, everybody's a convict, but they intermingling with the women and men. They kind of all chilling. They ain't really doing much. But he put him in a room, and I'm like, what the hell? Because this was the giggity room. What? Every time they were placed in that room, either some sexing was going to go on or some intense pain through the darkened flux.
Jesus Christ.
And so I saw they dropped him in, and Jeff was like, oh, hell no. I ain't playing this. No, get me out of here. I know what room this is. This the smash room. Get me the hell out of here. And I was like, what the? Oh, hell no. And then, like, Steve was talking to Burr, and Burr was like, I ain't liking this. And Steve was like, man, last time what happened to the last guy? And I'm like, oh, bro. They about to have Jeff get his ass towed up from the floor up. Damn! But, alright, you know what was messed up about this, though? So, they cut, and then Steve was like, nah, we're not gonna do that, bro. We chilling and stuff like that. And then, like, he was like, okay, you're done. And it was like, what? And then it said, Steve was like, nah, I'm playing, just sit down. We want to test some theories of this. And then just cut to the next scene. It's like they show him like the drug happened, and then it just cut to the next scene, and then it's like they trying to have their little inside jokes on like Jeff is talking to Lizzie, but Jeff is actually talking about his past, but they try to incorporate it like some smashing went on between Big Dude and Jeff. I don't know if it's true or not. Y'all playing games. I was like, what the lab rats? What? And then another thing that had me think it happened because Jeff starts snooping around in Steve's stuff, and he started figuring out like, oh, this is his company. He not working for somebody. This is his stuff. Then start figuring out like, oh, wait a minute. Are we all freaking each other?
Oh,
Jeff went in there,
no.
and that's when it popped in my head. I'm like, this is what I call Spiderhead. Oh, you see the chart of everybody that intermingled with everybody, and it all looked like a spider web. And I'm like, oh, bro. And Jeff came in there and was like, yo, he busted in, bro, off and was like, yo, is everybody? What the hell is this shit? Spiderhead. Yeah. Come on, bro. You twisted bastards, you. Oh, man, you twisted bastards. Oh, my God, bro. Wow. But, yeah, I think that's why they called it Spiderhead. All right. But, yeah, then he started figuring out, and it's like cracking the case and stuff, and then the whole dark influx, and then how's he's trying to make it seem like Jeff is gonna love these women because he has he has Emma in there, and he's talking about Emma's gonna take the dark influx, and this is where it take a dark turn. he hits her with the dark influx, and like it's hitting her with intense pain. And Jeff he could be the one to be like, all right, stop it. But then Steve was like, are you in love with her? And Jeff was like, no, I'm not. And what happened was she was going out of control and she broke the machine in her back and all the dark influx just shooting in her. And she couldn't take that intense pain and she murked herself. Kapow! Ended her own life, damn it. And then that's when shit start getting real crazy. You start learning about Jeff past, like I mentioned earlier. You start learning about Lizzie path that I mentioned earlier and stuff. And what happened was Steve starting to take the experiments too far and had Lizzie in there that Jeff loved, and he was hitting her with the goddamn dark influx, and that's when Jeff had enough. He was like, fuck that. I can't stand it no more. It's the woman I love. She in pain. It was dark influx. She felt she deserved it. You know what I mean? But man, all hell broke loose. It was like, nope. And everybody he just started escaping and just like with Lizzie and was like, yo, we need to get out of here. This is not for us. And then Steve dropped the bombshell, and that's why I said they were convicts and Steve is a criminal, because these motherfuckers they've been out of jail. They supposed to be free months ago. One was like a whole year. So he tricked them. Steve tricked them. You can't never trust a white man in power, especially if they wear suits.
Jesus Christ.
If he wears a suit and he a white man, you better question everything. That was the gist of the story. Come on, bruh. Oh, shit. Yeah, tricked them. They find that shit out, bro, and then they just run away, bro. Get out of Dodge. Get out of there. Man. And then what happened was, the Dr. Steve, he was taking the drugs too. He was on the shit too, and he basically was saying, how can I sell this shit if I'm not on it myself? That's what he told Bird. That was basically the gist of it. And what happened was, boom, that dark influx hit him. They hit him with that dark influx, and he couldn't take it. It's over. Lizzie and Jeff got away. They always been free. Damn, that was a dark turn. That's it. End of the movie. Capiche? Kapow! It's over. Alright? Man, that was a good movie. I can't believe y'all didn't think this movie was good out there. Damn, critics didn't think it was good. They thought it was trash. Maybe I like trash sometimes. I don't the freak know. I don't know. But anyway, once again, man, that was Spiderhead on Netflix. Man, look it, man. Like I say, I'll never deter you nor encourage you to go watch these films, go watch these shows, or listen to these albums that I discussed. I just tell you my opinion on it. And hey, if you mess with it, cool. If not, no sweat off my back. All right. Look, man. On that note, Spiderhead, get the hell